Mason Disick, a Kardashian star, is straying away from his mother Kourtney Kardashian in favor of his father, Scott Disick, and I believe I know why. I've discovered the reasons why Mason has changed so much and become such a private individual. Yes, he still appears in postings with his father, but when it comes to Kourtney, he's very camera shy. If you want to go inside Mason's thoughts and understand why he makes these decisions, you've come to the perfect place. Mason has grown up in the spotlight. He's a clever and charming child who prefers more privacy. He resembles his mother yet exudes his father's bright and breezy appeal. He's an intriguing combination of both parents. Kourtney, a dour yet incredibly gorgeous figure on Keeping Up with the Kardashians and its spin-off, the Kardashans, adores her children. So does Scott, who brightens the mood but has his own problems. Every parent is flawed, no parent is flawless. So, why did Mason decide to live with his father, Scott, and abandon his mother? The answer is rather straightforward. Children seek constancy, most thrive on routine. Mason grew accustomed to living with Scott and Kourtney. Later, he spent time with both of his parents. Kourtney used to love Scott, but she changed, and when he tried to win her back, she told him there were some boxes he needed to check before that could happen. Apparently, he could never do that because Kourtney is very committed to her relationships. She admired Scott, then gave up. When she started dating Travis, the superromantic Kourtney came alive. She believed in the fairytale again, despite the fact that Scott had cheated on her, partied hard, and lied. Kourtney wanted the fairytale and refused to settle for Scott, who could never offer it to her. The truth is, Travis isn't that different from Scott. He used to cheat on his beauty queen wife, Shana Moakler, and he did so a lot. So Kourtney switched from one bad boy to another. That's okay, that's her type, and it's so difficult to go over that. A person is basically predisposed to like a certain type of individual. It may not even be under their control. However, the key distinction here is that bad boy Scott is Mason's father, and bad boy Travis is not. Kourtney married Travis ecstatically, following some crazy in-love PDA that presumably made the Disick children shudder. Then she opted to procreate with the former womanizer, who claims to have altered his ways. Kourtney had heard Scott's spiel before, but it didn't matter. This is a new relationship, and just as she attempted to trust Scott, she will try to believe Travis until she simply cannot. That's Kourtney's way. So far, it appears that their marriage is joyful. It will remain until Kourtney discovers anything suspicious on Travis' phone or a lady emerges from the shadows, sharing her memories of a hot rendezvous with Kourtney's husband. The best-case scenario is that Travis has grown out of being a serial cheater. So Mason has a father he adores. His father lives alone. Mason has a mother he loves, but she lives with a man Mason clearly dislikes. Mason might not loathe Travis, but he could. For whatever reason, he rejects the blended family. What has changed? Travis entered his universe. Travis altered Mason's reality, and the youngster must miss things as they were. That is extremely sad. Mason appears to considerably prefer the status quo of living with one or both parents to the step-parent scenario, which may be unpleasant for so many reasons. Mason, I believe, is avoiding Travis because his father, Scott, still loves Kourtney. That implies Travis is a thorn in Scott's side, someone he regards as a rival. However, Kourtney, as committed as anyone could be, has made her decision. She will not change her views unless circumstances force her to abandon her love fantasies. If that happens, she'll look for another male to deliver the fairytale experience. Scott Mason's attempt to be loyal to his father will most likely fail. He may feel more free with his father, who has Peter Pan syndrome. Scott grows up slowly, like a sloth. Scott, like Tom Hanks in Big, has a childish charm that shines through. Scott proudly displays his automobiles and expensive watches. He boasts about his talentless brand, which sells quite generic hoodies. Kourtney is caring but severe, she has rules about eating and keeping the house spotless, and she is also obsessed with her role as the Blink-182 Prince Charming's punk-pop Disney princess. She transforms into the rock chick by wearing dark and edgy clothing. She will take on the colors of her spouse and be almost completely absorbed into that person. Mason may witness an Amber Alert, perhaps he has a bad feeling about Travis. He may consider that he is not the ideal man for his mother. Mason may be envious of the couple's baby son, Rocky. He may be tired of true romance pet names, cosplay, and French kissing in public. At the age of 14, his parents are naturally a source of shame. He is now a teenager, and Kourtney and Travis' relationship may occasionally make him uncomfortable. He feels the entire globe while watching his mother make out with Travis. How does that feel? Not good. On the other hand, Scott, the cunning manipulator, is drawing Mason away, undoubtedly encouraging his son to join him. Scott loves his children, but chilly conflicts are frequent following divorces. There's nothing remarkable going on here. The only difference is that the grown-ups, I use the phrase loosely, are famous. Mason needs to explore with life. He needs to feel at ease at home. He is old enough to choose, and because Kourtney adores her kid, she will let him go if that is what he desires. That is true love. So don't worry, Kourtney still loves Mason as much as she ever did, if not more. To let someone go so they can be happy is perhaps the purest expression of love, and Mason may face the most difficult situation when he returns to his mother. Scott exudes a weird melancholy, as if something inside of him makes him sad. He has a devil that he cannot overcome. Despite being surrounded by wealth, fans, and children, he appears forlorn at times. It could be because Scott lost his parents and Kourtney. It could be something else. He has fought with addiction in the past. If Mason returns, Kourtney will continue to love and care for him like she has always done. So, no one need be concerned about Mason. He has two loving parents. He can live with anyone he likes. It's up to him. He is tired of being in the spotlight, and it is time to give him some space and quiet. He deserves a typical childhood. If he discovers that with his father, the relocation is for the better. Everyone wishes Mason, the Kardashian star, to be happy.